Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Candlestick, and I'm very excited for this game because I get to play my little overly competent child, Joy. And I am joined by the lovely.
Avi, hi. My name's Avi, and today I'll be playing the bullshit detective, Shiro Azumi.
The
Yeah,
one we love.
are you sure about that?
um, he is a stinky man, but we do love our stinky man.
That's what I thought.
All right. To start this game, Azumi, you have been asked to come to Good Time Town. Been requested to get your help on a particular case that they've been, needing extra hands on.
Yes. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, he has in fact hopped on the opportunity to look into this case.
um, so I'm not 100% sure how much information you got on it, but the the once you get to Good Time Town, the address that you've been given has been it might be a little bit surprising, though maybe not once you get a look at the town, is not actually in like a uh station or office or anything like that, but is actually in the fairgrounds, in the utilities building that the staff themselves have access to. That's where you've been directed.
All right. Uh, I don't think at this point he would find that odd because he has been in Einquell for a fair bit now. Um, so wherever he needs to go, he's going there.
Fair enough. And yeah, tunes can be particularly weird with locations and stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh, you're welcome to also do a perception check if you would like, and I can give you, I don't know, flavor about the fair if you want.
perception. You say that's one of his bullshit mods. 21.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Uh. I mean, to the untrained eye, it's a fairground. You know, there's lots of people around. There's a lot of like squealing and happiness and everyone having a TM good time. um, but I suppose you do also notice there is more so in some of the carnival workers than in the fairgoers, but in a couple of them as well. Like this kind of uh almost trying to get back into the rhythm of things, sort of uh in them. And you also observe things like there seems to be a bit of a brawl started between a couple of tunes near the food court, and that stand is starting to run out of prizes, so it's being temporarily closed, or just a lot of those little details as well.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty normal thing for a fair. This isn't really his first fair that he's gone to, so it's like, par for the course, but like he does take note of the fact that yeah, it does seem that something has happened recently, and the staff just seems to be trying to trying to pick up normalcy again.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, as he moves on his way to the meeting place.
Yep. And yeah, you I could have you make you roll an investigation or a survival or something to find it, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you'll pass that and find it, no problem.
Investigation +9. Are you sure you want me to try this? I could.
Nah, I think we'll say that you're for one, professional enough to not get lost, and two, have a high enough modifier that you're probably not gonna get lost, or at least not lost for long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to to where the meeting spot is, and would Azumi be early on time? How like does he like to arrive to those sort of things?
Um, how late do you arrive? Um, I think because this is a new place to him. He's never been to Good Time Town before. Um, so he's not he doesn't have a good like mental map of the place. He would have tried to get there as on time as possible.
Mm.
Um, so I think he would only be like a few minutes late.
Right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
um, guess you get there a little bit late. Um, and yeah, there's a couple of tunes that like greet you when you arrive. You know, going in and out themselves, and they direct you to the what's essentially like one of the lunchrooms. It's um, and they're like, yeah, she she got held up a little bit, so she might be running a bit late. Sorry about the inconvenience.
No, 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 that's fine. I can wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've got your directions, and know you might be waiting a little while for your the person you are meeting, who goes by the name of um sorry, I'm just completely like names went out of my mind for a moment, even though I'm like, I know this. Officer Nikki Fuller is the name of the person that you are to meet.
All right. Yeah,
Um,
he takes note of that mental note.
yeah. So, yeah, you're you're in the this room, and you may make another perception check if you want.
Sure. Here we go. So my dice just likes the number 13 today.
Yeah. Okay. So another 21. Um, yeah, it's a pretty um it's a like your typical lunchroom. There's the fridge and the cabinets and little sink, and then the like table with um those really standard chairs that are around it, and it's all fairly cramped to fit into this one space, but somehow not so cramped to be like uncomfortable. And oh hey, there's someone. Actually, I should probably roll something for her.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you notice, hey, there's someone peeking in through the door, looking at me every now and then. And um it appears to be the child.
This is the child that um would he have heard about this child? Sorry. My brain completely
Um. Uh. Hmm. Now I gotta decide how much information you do have. I don't think that the child would have been mentioned. Over like long distance communication. Um. That's probably something that they are keeping closer to their chest because they don't want that sort of information getting out to the hands of the public.
All right, yeah, that checks out. Um I think in that case, if he just notices that there is a kid just peeking in through the door every so often, I think at some point he tries to give the kid uh a smile, like he's saying hello, but he doesn't really draw that much attention.
uh, oh, you okay. Once the first time you do that, there is a immediate duck back out of sight of oh, I've been caught. Oops. But then the head does come back again, and there's a bit of a curious and then hesitant wave back.
Yeah, I think he waves back. He's not going to try and urge her inside. He's just kind of sitting there, kind of I think he's probably going over some notes or something. Um, but he is just kind of sitting alone. So if she does want to bother him, she could.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she definitely will because she's that sort of child.
Hmm.
But it actually takes her a fair while, I think, to um, like. There's definitely several more minutes of uh in your periphery, the child ducking her head in and out of the doorway. Obviously, like, ooh, new person. But yeah, eventually she does get the the courage to come in. And I think she does just like plop herself in one of the other seats at the table, and chucks down her bag and teddy that she has and things like that, and just hi.
He looks up at her and he goes, "Hello."
I haven't seen you here before.
Oh no, no, I suppose you could say I'm new around here.
Really? What you doing?
Well, I'm a detective. Um, I was asked to come here to, I suppose you could say, look into something.
Hmm. Um. um. Hmm. You do see her expression is not what you would expect at a statement like that. Is i i you would probably expect a child at that sort of thing to be like more curious and like, oh, that's cool sort of thing. But her expression does go into a sort of um almost a bit of like uh I guess like panic and uh worry before she sort of like grins at you and is like, like what?
Hmm. I'm trying to decide if how much he should say, and if so, how he would say it. um, uh, I think he would. I think the way he would phrase it is, well, I was told that there was a bit of a situation that happened a bit ago, and they wanted my assistance in order to, I suppose you could say, look for a few people.
Hmm. Give me a moment. I need to decide what she's going to do with this information.
Oh boy.
Um. Uh. Ah. Okay. She sort of starts like playing with her hands. Um. You. Uh. Yeah. Definitely with that. Earlier deception, she's not hiding it very well. You get the you get the impression that your words haven't exactly helped. uh, um, and I did not. Well, I knew it was a possibility, but I wasn't sure whether it would go this way so fast. But
Uh,
um,
I think if he can tell that she's a little bit distressed, I think what he does is he kind of lifts a hand, like in a calm down sort of gesture. It's like it's okay, it's okay. Um, and he says, "Mind you, nobody's in trouble. I am. There seems to be a few people who left the fairgrounds a bit out of the ordinary, I suppose you could say."
yeah. At that, her expression definitely clears up. Um, and you get the oh oh right. Um, funnily enough, she doesn't seem puzzled at all at what you said, but she does seem a lot calmer. Um, um, and she goes, "So you're not gonna take me away?"
I think he actually looks a little bit concerned at that, and he says, "Now, why would I do that?
No reason. She is obviously lying through her teeth.
Then I have no reason to take you."
Um, yeah, I think it takes her a couple of moments, but then she's sort of back and bubbly, and you're 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 like me. You're not a toon.
Right, yes. I'm a real kind, yes, just like you.
Don't see a lot of them anymore. Is did you where did you come from?
I'm sorry, the baby just woke up and is giggling. I'm sure you could hear that.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's probably background noise from the fairgrounds, don't worry.
Probably.
um, he kind of gives her a smile and he goes, I'm from a country called Yedo. It's a bit far from here.
Oh, I've never heard of it. How did how did you? Why are you here then? Sorry, the child asking the nosy questions.
I don't think he actually minds. I think he kind of finds this a little cute. um, he kind of straightens up, and he goes, "What did you say your name was?"
Ah, I'm Joy.
Nice to meet you, Joy. My name is Azumi, by the way. I happen to be looking for a thief. That's why I'm here.
Hmm. Give me a moment. Oh wow. Okay. um, that's a nat 20. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
um, yeah. That was a deception.
I think I know why.
Yeah. I mean, Azumi is welcome to roll an insight if he would like. I know he also has a pretty um disgusting modifier on it.
He's gonna have to roll really well.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's not getting it this time.
Okay. Um.
That was a 19.
Um. The. Um. Oh. Now I'm just like a thief, like like Mr. Karma.
He tilts his head. I don't believe I know a karma.
Oh, he's been teaching me to sneak and to pick locks. That's a thief, right? He's really cool.
I think he nods at that. And he says, yes, well, that is a thief. But I'm looking for a specific kind of thief. They call themselves, the spirit rogues. Um, his, his name is Trickster. Ow. I just hit my hand against the desk.
Oh no.
We're good.
Ooh,
um,
that that's a cool name.
he can't argue with that.
Did
I think he.
did he
Oh,
steal something from you?
ew. How are you gonna respond to this? I think what he says instead is, No, he just happens to be my rival. I suppose you could say I see it as my responsibility to catch him.
What's a rival?
Hmm. He actually looks pretty thoughtful at that. Trying to figure out how he would put it into a way she could understand. Um, Give me 1 second. I I think what he says is well, a rival is somebody you compete with. Um, he sees it as a point to outsmart me every step of the way, and I see it as a point to try and catch him. Does that make sense?
Mm, is it like Sammy and Ashman who have a competition to see who can get the most customers each day?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, oh, that's cool. It's. I wonder if I will get a rival one day.
He gives her a smile and he just goes, maybe one day.
Hmm. Still, you must care about him a lot to go so far. I mean, I I I've traveled far and I've never heard of Yeto. So you've gone so far for him.
Hang on. Bullshit mod time. Holy shit.
Oh.
uh,
Yep, I don't think I have a high enough modifier to beat that.
sorry.
Nope, definitely not.
Oh my goodness. No. Uh, for the audience, that was a modified 28. Um, I think what he says is like, I suppose you could say that. Where did you come from?
um, Kia? uh, I mean, I know we moved here, but I don't remember where we came from. Only it was a long way.
Hmm. Sees it as, that's not my problem kind of thing. Moving that far must have been quite the journey for you.
Yeah, it it was it was scary and exciting and different.
Different. Well, sometimes different can be good.
Mm, she thinks about that and then nods her head very decisively, like, yeah, different, different's good.
Have you been making friends here?
Lots of friends. I know Mr. Karma and Mr. Professor and Mr. Uh, Dylan and Doctor uh, Routine and Sammy and Ashwin and Abby and Mr. Periwinkle and uh uh Mr. Herman.
I love this little girl so much. She's just so good. Congratulations, Azumi thinks she's cute. Uh, oh shoot. Uh, what?
I mean, if he doesn't say anything, she will just go on like,
And they've been teaching me so many things. Like Sammy's been teaching me how to use my baseball bat, and I've been learning how to um throw balls harder, and uh where to hit someone if I'm ever in trouble, and
I think he actually does chuckle at that. It's just like, yeah.
it is a like she does go into more detail than I currently have the brain power to go for, but it is definitely a mix of just really basic like life, like, you know, how to throw, like how to catch or hit a baseball, or how to get the most ducks in this fair game, or but like and little things like that, but sprinkled in like definitely a fair amount of self-defense stuff.
Definitely important to know that. I I
And
think
also some
he.
first aid as well.
It's also good to know that. They're teaching this to a what, a 7-year-old?
7-year-old, yep.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Given her circumstance, they basically decided we're going to teach her everything we know so that she can, like, if anything ever happens to her, she can take care of herself, but also then we've also got to teach her how to actually use that knowledge correctly.
I I think he's just like listening to that, and he just goes, you have a lot of friends.
yeah. How about you? Do you have a lot of friends? Have you made friends here?
And here we go, once again, bullshit mod time. Oof, okay. That's not as amazing as the last one, but you know. Because the
22.
bullshit mod.
It's still a 22.
Still a 22. Um and he just goes, yes, I have. I suppose you could say. I have been meeting quite a few people here in Einquell.
They're they're funny. They're always so silly and can do really cool things, and it's fun. I like them.
That's good. It's always like nice to like the people of where you're staying. Do your parents work here, Joy?
Um well, uh my guardians do.
He tilts his head at that. It's like, all right, your guardians then.
Miss Miss Verity, she's the nurse here, and Miss Nikki, she's the officer. She makes sure that no one gets hurt.
Oh, I see.
She does beam up at you. Like, she obviously looks very, very proud of her guardians. But there was a bit of hesitation before she like answered your question.
Yeah, no. I think he would take note of that and just be like, yeah, no, he takes note of that hesitation, files that away for later, because, oh boy. Thank you, baby. And he says, I actually I happen to be waiting to meet with Officer Nikki, right?
Yeah, that's her. She had to go leave. There was a, I think there was a brawl.
I think I remember seeing that, yes.
She told me to stay put and be good and not bother the guest. Sorry.
She said, not bother the guest. Like, she's just coming to that realization of, oops.
I don't think you're bothering me.
Yeah, I haven't been bothering you, have I?
No, not at all.
Her expression brightens like, yes, I have technically fulfilled my obligations.
Oh, we love that.
You may roll an insight on her if you'd like at that.
Yes. Here we go. You and your disgusting rolls. You don't need to roll that high.
Okay.
It's a modified 25.
Okay, what I'll give you for that is, you definitely get the impression that she is very, good at, meeting, like, rules given to her by the technical letter, and finding loopholes around to do what she wants otherwise.
And I think he does chuckle at that, and he says, yeah, well, you've certainly been doing a good job at being good.
Oh, she just beams up at him at that, like, I've been good. I'm doing good. Oh, yeah, um, hmm. I'm honestly wondering, like, you know, like, when, uh, Officer Nikki gets back, sort of thing, like, whether we want that to happen now or.
I'm alright with it. I'm alright with doing like a little aside with Nikki if needed.
Yeah, I thought at least, give Azumi some more context.
Yeah.
So I think I think I think it would be funny if like after this realization that she's had that yes she wasn't supposed to be bothering the guest and I'm not bothering them by a technicality and I'm being really good and that's when Nikki shows up and she's just gonna be like um Joy and she's Joy's gonna turn around and like wave and like
Hi, Nikki. Did you kick their butts?
Oh goodness, I love that.
and she does Nikki does look a little bit tired and frazzled, but that does get a small like smile but she also looks still fairly serious and she's like, Joy, I thought I asked you not to bother Mr. Azumi when he
No, no,
arrived.
no, no, no. She's been just fine. We've just been having a talk. That's all.
Yeah. He he's a detective with a rival.
Gotta love little kids.
Yeah. And I think Nikki's like well, does he now? Well, it was really considerate of you to like and she has walked up to Joy like sort of and crouched down a little bit to be closer to her eye level but it was really considerate of you to keep Mr. Azumi company while he waited but next time you need to let myself or one of the others know where you've gone. All right? And Joy sort of nods and okay. Yeah. Thanks. All right. That's my good girl. Now, why don't you I'm pretty sure that Sammy's looking for you. She said that she thought that you were good enough now to have a try at the guns. And Joy's expression just like goes really, really like excited and bright. Is like, now remember, you listen to what she has to say, all right, and go have fun.
I will. Have fun. Bye, Mr. Sumi. It was nice to meet you. I hope you find your rival.
I think he just smiles and waves back.
uh, wait. Then she sort of stops, comes back, and like gives him a piece of paper, which has a drawing on it, which just I honestly don't know what she's drawn. I think it's um I guess a clown face with the word trickster along the top with the
To help you with your search.
like a wanted poster essentially that she's drawn by hand while you guys were talking.
Hang on. I have to roll. I'm gonna roll this at disadvantage, but thank God this is at disadvantage. 12. He sees this drawing, and there's like he's trying so hard not to laugh. He is absolutely delighted by this.
I I I might roll an insight for her, but I also think that she might be too excited to like care.
Yeah.
Oh, it would help if I remembered to put the D in. I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking it, and he does find it delightful.
Well, she's glad to have been of service. Like, she's really proud of herself for being able to help.
I think before she runs off again, he just goes, "Thank you for this."
To help you catch him.
Yes, it will. Alright, go have fun, alright?
Yeah, you too. Bye. Bye, Nikki.
And yeah, she does give her guardian like a quick like smush hug around the legs before she's like down the corridor like Sammy.
He folds that up and puts it in his pocket. He is keeping that. Hang on, I have to mark it in my character sheet.
Yeah, and Nikki sort of shakes her head a little bit, like there's definitely a bit of an exasperated but fond look on her face as she takes the vacant seat. And she goes, sorry about the delay. I tried to get here as fast as I could.
Oh no, you're fine. I understand that you have a job to do.
You're also welcome to roll insight on her if you would like.
Don't mind if I do. 19.
You get she does find it a little bit amusing of a job because right now she looks very, very tired, and you get the impression that she has been doing multiple sort of like taking on multiple people's work at the moment.
I think taking into consideration the fact that it seems as though things are trying to get back to normal, so to speak, I think it wouldn't be that much of a logical leap for him to say like she's trying to cover for people who aren't able to be here.
I mean, yeah, it's very much the whatever it is that like has gotten her here, and like sorry, that's gotten you here, my words, uh and involved, and the thing that's been causing stress for the people is what is resulting in her like extra workload. Yes.
Yeah. In that case, I think he kind of straightens up and he goes, should we get to business then?
Yes, right. What information did you have already, just so that I know that we're on the same page?
As I understand it, I'm just gonna make something up. I hope that's cool.
That's fair.
As I understand, there had been an incident within the fairgrounds of a few victims falling under the effects of the spell Geese.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, more than just a few, if I'm being honest. That is the main reason you've been called here is that we have managed to track down most of the affected uh, civilians, but there have been others who have left this town since then, and we've been reaching out to people such as yourself to, if you come across them, to send them back our way so that we can undo the effects of what has been done to them.
I see. Yes. Um,
There is more to it, of course. Seeming as you have met Joy, my ward. I suppose to give you context, she is, for lack of a better term, was a major part of the endemic. She played a role in uh, the entire thing, and not that it's complicated.
I think when you say that she had a role in this, his brows furrow, um, and he shakes his head and he just goes, "Well, all things such as this is can be considered complicated. Believe me, I have all the time in the world."
Right, right. Thank you. Uh, Simply put, your um, record, from what I was able to find, was um, very impressive, and so this is extra information I haven't really been giving to many of the others I've been reaching out to. There are a couple of other people or things I would like you to be on the lookout for, if that is all right.
Of course.
Um, Firstly, the source of the problem was a magical wand, and I can give you. And she's going to, like, sort of rummage around in her bag and pull out like some more like documentation and pictures and stuff. Um, this is the best uh sketch we have of what it looks like. It unfortunately went missing very soon after the incident was resolved. If you could, for I think fairly obvious reasons, keep an eye out for that, that would be most helpful.
Of course.
Um,
I think he's taking out his own like little notepad and is like taking his own notes for safekeeping.
Fair. That's very fair. Um, Secondly, um, there is the case of the maker of the wand, which this might be a long shot, honestly, because we don't have much of a description of them. All we have is a name, Daisy. But suppose if you come across the name and um, a being making magical wands that can cast gears, yeah.
Hmm. Um, he does look very thoughtful at all this. Um, and he's just no physical description whatsoever.
Um, um, and she sort of shakes her head. It's like I said, it's complicated. Because here's the thing: is I will give you a little bit of outside information. Joy has not said anything about Daisy to her guardians.
I think his next thought then would be if Joy had a hand on the in the like indicting incident words god if Joy had a hand in the inciting incident, there's a he would assume that she would have met Daisy. In fact, I think he would say that out loud. I think he goes, he says, "Has Joy not spoken to you about her? About this Daisy?"
It's complicated. Joy only very recently came into our care, and it has not been something we have been able to. I've been able to gather as much that she does know more than she's saying, but trying to. I do not want to break the trust we have been forming over it when it is very clearly something she is not ready to talk about yet.
He pauses, considers that information, and he nods and he says, "Yes, well, that's an admirable thing, of course, to want to keep that trust." And he takes a breath and he says, "I suppose that means that this Daisy, Joy seems to care about them an exceeding amount. You know, in fact, if she wants to keep them protected, so to speak."
Yes, from what little I've gathered is that she cares about her friend very much. Though, given the entire circumstances around what they can do and her own family situation, I do not know how much I trust that.
Oof. Okay. There's quite a bit to gather from here. I look at what you just said, and I'm just like, oh, what do I pick first? Mm.
I mean, you
Oh
can roll for
gosh.
it if you want.
Yeah, I think. Right. I'm gonna roll a d2. I've decided in my head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. The first thing he says then is well, seeing as she considers Daisy to be a friend, she likely has no reason to believe that that Daisy is someone who would cause her harm. That said, though, we do not know who or what that is, so our best bet would be to, one, find out who they are and what they are capable of first, and then deriving a motive from that.
Yes, I am being, I admit, maybe more cautious than I should be, but just because someone cares about another does not necessarily mean that their motivations are pure, and I do not want to see her any more hurt than she has already been. Another deception?
That was another deception. That was a 17 on deception. And he kind of nods at that. You're free to roll insight if you want to contest that.
I do not have a character sheet for Nikki. I probably should make one at some stage, so I'm going to. I think I'm going to. I hope you don't mind me giving some arbitrary modifiers based on what I expect her to end up with.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll. Oof. Oh
no amount of modifiers is gonna save you from that roll.
Oh my no.
For the audience, that was a 6.
6 versus a 17. I am so sorry.
Oh, don't be. She's very tired.
Yeah. I think in that case, he just kind of like nods, and then he goes. You did mention something about her family situation.
Yes. Right. That leaves me onto the last pair. Her former parents, who seem to be somewhat involved in this, though definitely didn't seem like they knew a whole lot about what was happening. They have disappeared after we took custody of her. And I would feel better knowing where they ended up, so that I know that they are not trying anything in particular. And she will gesture at the notes, like the information she's given you is like their files are in there.
You can see his brow kind of furrows, like, oh dear. And I think in fact he goes, right, would it be alright if I get a copy of these so I don't take the originals?
Oh, those are copies.
Thank you.
She is very professional. She takes her job very seriously.
Yeah, and he appreciates that very much. I think in that case, he might actually look over a few of the notes, because he did just bring them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the notes that she gave you, or
Yeah, the notes she gave. Should I roll like an investigation or something?
yeah, go for it.
Alright, cool. That's an even more bullshit modifier than the insight, but not as bullshit as deception.
Okay, I was gonna say, if it's more bullshit than the deception, I want to know how you managed to roll for these.
No. He's doing his job, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so pretty much everything that she said has been is in there, plus more information. Each of the people she's discussed has got a a file, or at least a form for themselves. So there's probably about I'm gonna say 10 that are people who to look out for, who have been affected by the spell, who need to come back to have it removed. Each with as much information as they were able to gather. Last known location, when they left, name, physical description, that sort of thing. Then there's the wand, which is a sketch, because it they had to get the description of it from Joy, because no one else. The only others who'd seen it were the group that resolved the situation, and they left before knowing what had happened to it. Yeah, but it as far as it goes, it's actually fairly. I will say, out of character, it is fairly accurate to what it should look like. And though some of, as well as when it was last seen, and a little bit on what it can do, which not a huge amount is known. Again, it's all come from, all this information has come from Joy, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Daisy's sheet is very sparse. It's basically got pretty much everything that was said out loud. There's nothing else there. There's her parents' files, which has got their names, ages, when they arrived in town, when they disappeared, the hospital records of them from when they were in the hospital under Gears, the court proceedings, I suppose, or at least a summary of them. Things like that. And then there is also I guess, an incident report of the event in general, of what went down in Ode to Joy. So you would have the names of all of the people involved in that down as well.
All right. Oh boy.
Sorry, that was a lot of information I just gave you.
Yeah,
but
no,
that was a very high investigation.
Yeah, this is his job, guys. He does words. He does kind of look through them and puts a couple of things together pretty quickly. I think he might yeah, I think he has everything in its own little folder, and he doesn't pull out his briefcase yet to put it in, because he I mean, he's still talking to the officer on the duty, so it's on duty with the case, so it's
oh sure, there's more information that he might potentially want.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what he wants to ask. That's the thing. It's when your character wants something, but you yourself don't know what they want.
Fair enough. Take your time.
Is much known about Joy's origin? She did mention she moved here from somewhere else.
Yes. As far as we've been able to gather, she moved from outside the continent, and I believe probably from Faruma, though getting an exact location from her has been another one of those areas that
He
has,
nods.
yeah, that has been difficult to for her to open up about.
He nods at that, and he takes a deep breath and sighs. That would make looking into that a bit more difficult than I was expecting. And he's once again looking at the notes, once more, kind of thoughtfully. And he, was there mention of the professor in in the files, or?
Yes, his name would be on the incident report with, the other people who confronted Joy at the time and got her to stop.
I think he probably like takes notice. He took notice of that, so I think his next question was, this professor that's been mentioned in the incident report. Does he have a particular name, or was it just Professor?
As far as I was able to gather, it's just he's known as just the professor.
His brows raise, and he just nods at that, and he goes, "You don't happen to have a way to get in contact with him, do you?"
Mm. No, not particularly. He shows up on occasion to visit Joy. A fair amount of them do. I get the impression that they. Sorry, I don't know where it was going with this, so give me a moment with words.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Take your time, take your time.
um, yeah, the all of them, or most of them, have popped in again to, on occasion to say hello to Joy, but as far as contact information, was not able to get that.
I see.
By the way, I will give you this for free. She seems to be aware, and you probably will be aware from her expression that she is fairly used to people not trusting cops, and therefore not always being completely willing to help out with them.
Ah, the poor woman. She's just trying her best here, man.
Yep.
Oh, that's understandable. Azumi keeps his mouth shut on that.
Look, she's more than aware that a fair amount of her fellow police officers are pretty incompetent. There's a reason she's kind of a one-man show, but it still is very frustrating for her.
Fair and valid. I think that's all his questions for now. In fact, think what he does is he takes the folder of like everything and like kind of tucks it under his arm, and he goes, "Well, I suppose I should be getting started right away. I'll be in contact with you in case anything comes up."
Thank you, and I will give you any more information as it comes up on our end. Before you go, she does hesitate. I think maybe before like asking, were you able to get anything more out of Joy when you were talking to her?
He kind of pauses, and oh my god, my brain. I think he turns to look to you because, again, you are Joy's one of Joy's guardians. And this would probably be better to tell you than anyone else because you are a guardian. And she he takes a breath like he's trying to figure out where to start, and he goes, well, I'm not sure what you kind of sighs, starts again. He says, Joy seems to regret what she did, as far as I can tell. At the very least, she seemed afraid when I told her that I was investigating this case. I had to reassure her that she was not in trouble. She was afraid of being taken away. And he says that with the connotation of like quotation marks, as if like he has a feeling he knows what it means, but there's also that indication that he might not, because again, they don't really know much about Joy's origin.
Yeah, there is a very tired look on her face, like, yeah, that still. Like, this is something, you get the impression that, Nikki, at the very least, has been trying to reassure her on, but it doesn't seem to be quite sticking yet.
This has been an issue for some time.
Yes, I will be honest. I believe that this is part of why she has been less forthcoming with information. I do not yet know why she believes this, but it runs deep.
In my experience, when someone is this afraid, it means that they have reason to be. Perhaps there's something she is still afraid of.
Yes, I had come to the same conclusion. There's a reason. We have been doing our best to equip her with more ways to defend herself, but that's really until she is ready to open up about it herself. That's all we can do. Keep our own eyes out.
She does seem rather smart for her age.
Yes, she keeps you on your toes.
um, and he kind of pauses for a moment as if to like try and figure out what else he can tell you. I think he says, despite her wariness, She does seem to be a bright girl. She does seem to look up to you.
That actually does seem to brighten, that, like ease some of the worry that is on her face. Like, oh, okay, so there is a little bit of progress being made there. Like, yeah, and she goes, that's nice to know. She's got so much talent, and I know that she can be. There's so much that she could be with her future. I want to make sure she can get there.
Sorry, the baby came up right to my room.
You're good.
He's alright. It's just a little baby boy. And I think, what was the last sentence she said? It was
Along the lines of, she has so much potential and such a bright future, and I want to make sure that she can get there.
oof. Oh, Zoomy. Oh. Oh. I think what he says is that, well, if you're the one looking after her, I'm sure she'll find it eventually.
Thank you. But we are professionals, and the clock never stops for us. So thank you again for your time, and for your help on this case. I wish you the best of luck with it and with everything else. And she will hold a hand out to shake.
Is she holding out her right or left hand?
Probably her right.
Alright, yeah. You see him shift the way he's holding the folder so that his right hand is free, and he shakes her hand. Thank you for reaching out to me, and I wish you luck for keeping an eye out on things here.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well. And I think as he's leaving and after he's made quite a fair bit of distance away from Officer Nikki, kind of he's probably back in the crowds of the fairgrounds or something. And he kind of frowns to himself. And he's just kind of home situation. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Sorry, Azumi. This might have hit a bit close to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for playing with me. This was lots of fun.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And thank you, audience, for listening. It's wonderful to have you. I hope you enjoyed our bullshit.
It was full of bullshit mods, that's for sure.
Oh boy, it was really funny, just the deceptions on both sides.
That nat 20. Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, thank you, and did you have anything to add before we said goodbye?
Thank you, and good time zone, everybody.